guys, Everyday Vaper here again with some more juice reviews, and we've got 4 flavours from Parrot Vapors. We have got the green label, the pink label, the purple label, and the navy label. Very kindly sent to me via Darren Stone from Aaron at Parrot Vapors. Really kind of you guys to send them over for review. There's 7 different flavours in their range. We've got the 4 of them here, all named after the colour label that's on the bottle. So we have to look at the actual flavour profile to see what's in there. They're all made with USP grade ingredients, and there's no hidden nasties in the liquids either, which is really good to hear. So no diacetyl or AP or anything like that. Very good to hear. They're all max VG as well. There is no option to change that VG-PG ratio. However, nicotine strengths that you can get them in is 0, 3, 6, 12 and 18 milligrams. I know that there's one stockist in the UK. I don't think they've got an online sale, so that's Mildenhall Vape Shack. But standard prices in the US is $20 for a 30ml bottle. Okay, so what we're going to look at is, the first one we're going to look at is the navy label. So if I can just show you the label, I'll just get it to focus in a little bit for you. So there, what we got there is a Parrot Vaping. So good artwork on the labels, and there's not a lot of other information on there, a little bit of a warning on there, but it's a US label. These ones come from direct from the US, so they are not CLP compliant. However, I have been told that the ones that are coming in the UK will conform to EU standards, which is good to hear. Okay, so let's have a look at the flavour profile of this one then. Navy, navy, navy. Where is navy? Excuse the shake there. Navy, here we go. You can enjoy the sweet indulgence of blueberry custard Belgian waffles anytime, any place with navy. Let's get the organic blueberries, creamy custard and blueberry waffle flavours dance on your tongue. A delectable taste of breakfast all day long. Okay, so it's the US breakfast, pancakes and custard. I've never had custard for breakfast, but there you go. Well, I suppose I have in a vape. Okay, now this one, it says they're max VG, but this one is a little bit thinner. So when I was vaping it, it was just pouring out a little bit easier than the other ones. But we're going to give it a go. Treat it as a max VG liquid, seeing as that's what I was told it was. So 21.5 watts. In fact, all of the drippers that we were using are built the same, so 0.6 ohm build, and we're going to run it through 21.5 watts, 40 watts, and 60 watts. Okay, there is a taste of blueberry in there. Not really getting much custard coming through. A touch maybe. There's an essence of vanilla taste in there. And then a waffly background. I wouldn't call it a breakfast vape. I call this a dessert vape. It's got a creaminess to it. Okay, let's bump this up and up to 40 watts then. Okay, 40 watts. Yeah, it's still got that element of vanilla. It comes a little bit creamy, and then you've got the blueberries in there. Very distinct blueberry flavour. This one's a 3 milligram sample. Got a bit of throat tip to it. Yeah, and there's an element of waffle taste, not potato waffles. You know, the more desserty waffles that you can get. That custard really starts coming through now. It's a good custard. Yeah, it really starts to come through. It's a nice blueberry taste, Belgian waffle taste in the background, and then that custard is pretty prominent at 40 watts. So let's take it up to 60. Just going to pop a little bit more on the dripper there. Yeah, so it's a nice dessert vape, and it's nice to see a good custard. You know, I don't like slagging off American juices, but their custards are very different to ours. In fact, UK custards are quite unique because I've tasted some custard vapes elsewhere, from elsewhere in the world, and we do, for my taste, the best custards. But this one's good. Not the strongest flavour, but it's there. It's a nice dessert vape. So you've got the elements of blueberries, you've got that Belgian waffle somewhere in there, and then a nice creamy vanilla custard as well. So that one was navy. Let's see what's next. Next flavour then is purple. Let me just zoom it in a little bit so you can actually see it. There we go. So a nice purple parrot on this one. The labelling is exactly the same. It's just the colour of the label changes for each flavour. Some lovely blue bottles as well. I do like blue bottles. And childproof caps on there. It came with that kind of tamper-proof seal that you can see on there. Okay, so let's focus. There we go. Let's check this out. What's the flavour profile? The flavour profile is, who can say no to the gorgeous flavour of ripe, juicy raspberry? Not a smooth, sweet, and just a little bit tart. This raspberry will satisfy to the last drop. Alrighty. So let's give it a go then. Standard vaping procedure, 24.5 watts. Okay, it's got the same raspberry taste as the turquoise label has. So if you look back at part one has got turquoise label in there, and it's quite a bitter, sharp raspberry flavour. It's not as it's got a sourness to it. That's the way to describe it. It's not as sweet as I'd expect a raspberry vape to be. So you're hit with this kind of bitter sour taste on the inhale, and then on the exhale you've got a raspberry flavour coming through. Okay, let's bump it up to 40 watts then. So yeah, that's still kind of bitterness coming through, and it remains on the exhale. It's not, personally, for me, it's not the nicest raspberry vape out there. It's a little bit too bitter, a little bit too sharp. You do get an element, a little blast of sweetness on the exhale. But it's not enough to take away from that kind of bitter edge that you get from it. Okay, let's bump it up to 60 watts. So plenty of vape production. At 60 watts you get a combination of sweet and sour. So you get that sour taste I was describing earlier, but then there's more sweetness into it. Yeah, it's for me it's not the best raspberry flavour out there. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, next up then is our pink label. Don't need to look at this close up because it's the same parrot, it's just got the pink label. This one is described as, we can't think of any flavour combination we love more than sweet, ripe strawberry blended with brisk, sparkling lemonade. It's fair to say that this might be our very favourite flavour in the lineup. Refreshing and lively, it always satisfies and never gets old. So I'm just going to coat up the dripper here with a bit more. Okay, so strawberry lemonade. Quite a few strawberry lemonade vapes out there. This one being a Max VG, we'll see how it goes. That's a nice strawberry lemonade. Being Max VG at low watts, it's not the strongest flavour in the world. It doesn't punch you in the face with strawberries and lemonade, but they're there, and it's a good strawberry taste on the inhale. And then on the exhale, you're getting a nice, sharp lemonade flavour. It's not overly sweet. It's a good lemonade flavour, and I'm not sure if there's a little bit of fizz in it as well. And even at low watts, it's got a fair amount of vape production, but it is Max VG. And as I said in part 1, I'm pretty sure that the flavours aren't strong because it is Max VG. This stuff is, when you drip in it, it's like glue. It just gloops out. It doesn't pour, it drips. Yeah, nice sweet strawberry. I expect it to get better throughout the watts. The higher up the watts we go. That lemonade's good too. Let's go up to 40 watts. So 40 watts get a bit more of that strawberry flavour coming through. And it's a nice strawberry too. And the lemonade still got that element of sharpness to it and sweetness as well. I'm not sure. There might be a touch of fizz in it. Every now and again, I get a little subtle fizz taste, just a subtle one. Just a little bit of fizz in the mouth. I'm not sure if that's meant to be in there or not. Because it doesn't happen on every vape. Okay, let's bump it up to 60 then. Stacks of vape production, absolutely loads of it. Taste-wise, it kind of gets muted at higher watts, but it is still there. Not the strongest flavour, as I said before, but it's good. It's a good strawberry lemonade flavour. So if you like your strawberry lemonades, then the pink label from Parrot Vapors. Okay, final one for this review, and of the Parrot Vapors range, this is the green label. Again, same parrot, just green surrounding it. Okay, so this one is described as step into a refreshing watermelon crush. Whether summer is bringing the heat or you want to bring some sunshine and cool breezes to your life all year long. Well, it's grey and miserable out there today, so that'd be nice. Nothing gets it done like our sweet and tangy burst of fresh sliced watermelon. Okay, so watermelon vape then, let's give it a go. Okay, 21.5 watts. There's a very sweet watermelon taste. I wouldn't say it's an authentic watermelon. It's got an added sweetness to it, but the watermelon elements are there. 21.5 watts, plenty of vape production. Again, this one is like glue. It literally drops onto it. You can see it falls like a ball onto your dripper. Yeah, it's got the elements of watermelon there, that nice refreshing watermelon taste. But then with an added sweetness, it's almost like a candified watermelon. It's nice, very nice and refreshing with that nice sweetness. Let's go to 40 watts then. Yeah, flavour intensifies a little bit more at 40 watts, still with that added sweetness in there and that nice refreshing watermelon taste. Yeah, it's still not an authentic watermelon, but it's nice. If you like watermelons, then this is definitely one to try. It's got all the elements there and the vape production is outstanding. Not much throated on this one. Okay, let's take it up to 60. I'm just going to pop a little bit more on the dripper. So let's just see then. Now I'll just get this focused in. I'll just show you how thick this stuff is. There we go. Let's get this working. There we go. So here we go. I'm just going to drip that on the dripper there. Look at that. That is thick stuff. Nice, thick Max VG liquid. Good stuff. Good job, Parrot. You know, a lot of people say that your Max VG liquids, they claim they're Max VG, but they're not actually Max VG because you can tell by the way that they drip. Sometimes they're very, very thin. But this is a true Max VG liquid. Okay, so 60 watts in. Let's see how it changes. Yeah, it's got all the elements. It's like a watermelon drink. If you imagine making a watermelon Kool-Aid or something like that, it's what it tastes like. It's got that added sweetness to it, but with the watermelon in the background there. Like I say, not authentic watermelon, but it's good. And the vape production is outstanding. So there you go. That's the 4 Parrot Vapors range. All Max VG, 7 flavours in their range. Thank you very much to Darren for sending them on. Thank you very much to Aaron for sending them out from Arizona. Very good. Okay, so thank you very much to everyone who subscribed. Check out part 1 as well with 3 other flavours in there. Parrot Vapors, check them out.